And we're back to normality. He's nearly 200 miles away. I have the mic to myself. I can breathe. Things are good. It's going to be a good night tonight. Oh yeah. Welcome to Masters of None. Coming up on tonight's show, how we make YouTube videos. We'll be discussing how we start a video, how we plan a video, how we actually conceive it, and how it's all edited. Questions are more than welcome. And of course, we'll have our picks of the week. Well, I say that. I've known one for ages. So welcome to episode 17, how we make YouTube videos. Strap in.
What happened there then?
What?
It echoed. It said, how we make YouTube videos.
Oh, I unmuted myself, so that might have done that. Sorry about that.
Oh, wow. It's not professional, is it, mate?
I know. I really miss you.
Oh, do you? I'm glad I've got a mic that works tonight.
I know it wasn't very good on playback, was it?
I don't think it was very good live either.
No. How are you, mate? How's your week been?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, nice. Yeah. You?
Good. Are you having some of that gin?
Yeah.
Nice gin, that.
Aldi special. That's how much I got left. I'll finish that tonight.
There was a lot more in that when you left here, even though you put 5 in one glass.
Yeah, me and Rach had one the other night, and it was nice. Sat out and
please drink responsibly, kids. Kids.
God, awkward. Gets awkwarder and awkwarder.
Oh, you should have shaved. So yeah, what we doing tonight?
Can you hear that?
Something.
Is it like birds tweeting?
Yeah.
People sending me emails. I don't know how to turn it off, so you're going to have to put up with it if it happens again.
Brilliant.
We are going to talk about everything that goes into the process of making a YouTube video.
Yeah, all right.
And that can be something really simple or something really complicated. Like, where should we start this? You interrupt me. That's fine.
I'm so sorry. What?
No, you crack on.
You just said, it could be as complicated as it was.
You keep talking. That's all right.
Sorry, as you were.
No, carry on.
No, I wouldn't dare.
Go on. I haven't got anything to say. You crack on.
You say that it's as complicated or as simple as you want. Something that I think I came to the realization when you were up here and we were having beers, and we don't talk about anything interesting to anybody else. It's all like, production and camera gear and all that kind of stuff. And I do honestly think that I get in my own way a lot, and I overthink a lot. And I think that's because my journey has been a lot of watching other people when I didn't have the gear. And so then I fixated on the gear and the technique and the this and the that rather than just the simple process. So I do think I get in my way quite a bit.
Yeah, I agree. I think I get in my own way quite a bit as well. And I think this is going to be one of my points at the end, but we're going to hit it right at the beginning. So what's the biggest obstacle you face when making YouTube videos? Mine is I obsess over this and making this look good. And it really doesn't matter. I could be filming myself on an iPhone using the internal microphone in the dark. As long as the story's good or the message is good, it really doesn't matter.
It's content over quality. But I get what you're saying, that you obsess over that. But there really is there's a reason. For those who haven't noticed, Chris has now switched his lights over his gallery to RGB. And I know one other person who will appreciate with what you're doing exactly right now, and that is James Watts. Good evening, James. Amazing YouTuber. If you haven't seen him, get over to James. He's brilliant.
See, James would be a really good person to have on this stream. because
Yeah,
his
he would,
videos,
actually.
I feel like he plans his videos so in depth. He knows the ins and outs of everything he wants to talk about, and that's
Yeah.
why his YouTube videos are always really, really good. Oh, I said really, really. We should have like a swear jar for that.
We should. But I understand what you mean about obsessing, because for those who don't appreciate, and not necessarily don't appreciate, but don't know, and I know we've already had a fight before we came on here about messing with other people, each other's smart speakers. But just to highlight, Alexa, turn off PC light. That pink light that's on the side of his face is not coming from the light behind him. That is effectively an incidental. You call it something else. I call it something wrong. Practical.
Alexa, turn on PC light.
And the PC light is actually off to the side, giving that wash on the side of his face, which makes it look like it's coming from the back. I understand you do obsess about the look. I clearly don't too much, but we're getting there with mine. But the thing is, how quickly do you turn off from a YouTube video if you just think, oh mate, you just got a curtain behind you, and you got glasses and you got a pencil in your hand?
Wait, I got a brilliant idea. Look, my dad's just commented. My Alexa is going crazy. Where's he watching? Alexa, turn off lounge.
Just before we came live, Chris nearly shut down my whole PC. So we have vowed not to do this anymore. But I don't trust him, so I've muted my Google.
I'm too lazy to mute my Alexa, so
I thought he would. I do appreciate the RGB, Chris. I'm not going to quantify how much planning goes into my own videos. But this is the thing. I think that's something that obviously we're taking on with this. And okay, how do you plan a YouTube video then?
that was my question.
Okay.
I can answer it. So for me, there's two types of YouTube videos I make. There are gear reviews, which always do very badly on my channel.
Yeah, same here.
They never get any views. They never get any traction. Sometimes they do, but very rarely. When I buy the kit myself, they tend to get better views, better interaction. And when I get sent gear, it usually is rubbish. Like the interaction, there's just no point. Which is an odd one, I guess, because what I'm buying, I'm interested in it myself.
Good, well done.
And I think maybe that comes across like maybe it comes across, or maybe it's just more relevant than what people are sending me.
Yeah.
The second type of video I do is a how-to video, and they inherently do much, much better. They're the reason I'm at nearly 11,000 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do it to get me over 11,000.
Please do.
It's only a couple of days away. Surely you got hope. So yeah, my tutorial videos always do a lot better than my review videos do. And I've got a new tutorial coming out hopefully tomorrow, which will be fun.
Is that the one we're talking about today?
Yeah,
I'm excited for that.
It might not have worked quite how we expected it. I expected it to.
Okay.
It'll be fine, but it might not look the best. Let's move on. How do you make? What type of YouTube videos do you make?
I make the same, and other than I'd say the Pinter review, which actually isn't gadgety. Well, it's gadgety, which is why I was able to crowbar it in. Other than the Pinter review, which is brewing at home, every other gear review that I've done has either not done very well at all, or has taken a good while to get any kind of traction. Whereas, as you say, the how-to videos, I think there's a lot of people who come across my channel are asking a question. So I think the questions are good because obviously YouTube is powered by Google. So the questions come quite well to my channel. But I get what you're saying. For me, constantly for my channel, I'm fighting against making stuff for myself and making stuff for my audience. So then I try to stay true to why I first started YouTube.
Which is what?
I knew that was your next question. You see what I did there? It's
Very
almost
good.
like we planned this. I first got into YouTube because I wanted to play. It wasn't to make money. It wasn't for AdSense or be sent free stuff. Although that became quite quickly relevant. But I got into it because I wanted to play. I think it still says on my about page, this is my sound. In fact, I think it took it off quite recently. This is my sandbox. This is where I get to play. Because in all honesty, on my YouTube channel is how I learned my craft, really. So that's why I initially got into YouTube, to just to play and to see what I could create. You?
So I had 2018 was like one of my busiest years as a professional videographer. It was absolutely ridiculous how much work we did, and by the end of it, I was completely burnt out, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I kind of went down the same route as you. I thought I just want something that's my own, that I can do on a weekly basis, make something for me. I was making content for other people all the time, and other people were getting the credit. And I was like, I want to make something that's just mine and play around, mess around. And for me, the free stuff, quite an incentive. I like stuff. So I wanted some free stuff.
Yes.
And the free stuff that I've got is good. I like the free stuff that I've got. I'm not going to lie about it.
No, me neither. I got to be honest with you. A lot of the stuff, we came in at different angles, because obviously I didn't know video before I started YouTube. I used YouTube to learn, whereas you were already adept and quite accomplished at what you were doing and came into it. But I've got to admit, the free stuff that I got, the good free stuff, because I mean, you and I will both say there's a number of there's quite a big amount of guff you get sent, and that's not me being unthankful, or there is a lot of stuff that you wouldn't even if there was a freebie, you wouldn't say, oh, I'll have that. You'd go, nah, I'll leave that. But there's a number of pieces that I've been sent that actually enable me to do my job professionally.
Yeah.
And I'm so thankful for that, because like VL150, Godoc sent that out to me. That's what, a 300 quid light. I'm still not in a position to be able to blow 300 quid on a light, even from the company right now. So yeah, I get it. The incentive is there, but I think I speak for us both, where it wasn't the main driver. No.
And something else that I think is worth pointing out is, when I started YouTube, I thought I was really good at what I did. And only through like setting this up and making this look how it looks have I improved as a videographer. At that point, I was in a real stalemate. I didn't know where to go. And I thought, I'm probably the best videographer in the UK. And then I started making YouTube videos and comparing it to other people and being like, oh my God, I've got a long way to go.
Yeah.
And I think I'm getting closer to where I want to be, but I don't think I'll ever get to where I want to be.
I don't think you'll ever be happy.
Always chasing the dream.
But that's a creative, isn't it?
Yeah, but then that
creative.
Has really helped me with like professional work, because I know how to light someone now for an interview. I know how to mic someone up, because I've had to do it so much to make it what's the word? There's a word there somewhere. Don't know what it is. Repeatable. You know what I mean? Like I can go up to somebody, I can set a boom mic up above somebody, know exactly how to do it, and get a good quality sound out of it. Yeah. Whereas before, I would kind of be chancing my luck and hoping I put it in the right place, and if you could hear what they're saying, cracking. Whereas now I think I've improved massively.
I get that
from doing this.
Yeah. No, I do. I get that. I don't want to ignore people. Hello, this is Matt and Self. Genius work with lighting, Chris. Ideally, aesthetics wouldn't matter, but humans will always be human. Exactly. Yeah, absolutely spot on there, Matt. I really do get that. James, same reason, Adam. The only reason my channel exists is to have somewhere to play. It's good that I think too many people. I think there's a lot of, you remember when kids were asked back in like our day, I say our day, you're what, 30, very low 30s, and I'm 40 in December. But, you know, a lot of kids when in our generation were like, oh, I want to be a footballer. I want to be this, that. A lot of people say, I want to be a YouTuber now. And it's for the notoriety and the fame and the money and all that. But yeah, it's good to know that there are people other than me and you that do want somewhere to play, and it's great. I just wrap up here as well. Huge slice of viewers use YouTube purely as an educational tool. Yes, it probably stands to reason that instructional vids will pick up more traction. I completely agree with that. I think that's what I was trying to say, but nowhere near as eloquently, with the fact that, you know, it's powered by Google, and, you know, Google is now a verb as well as a noun. You know, you Google something just to find it out, and yeah, YouTube helps with that. So coming to a video that you're planning.
No, I'm not there yet. We're not there yet.
Okay, sorry, as you were.
I want to touch on 2 points.
Okay.
Firstly, the one that comment from I'm going to guess is Matt from the Distance Duo. The problem with people who use it as an educational tool is that they don't stick around. Like, they might come and press subscribe on your channel potentially if you're lucky. But they don't stick around and become part of your audience. That's the problem I have, is that people always come for a quick fix to their problem, which I don't mind so much, but I want to break through to that audience that actually values what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think the same with the stream. Like, it's fun that me and you just sit here and have a chat, and we have a laugh every week, and we don't really care if anyone watches or not. Thank you to everybody watching.
Which is lucky.
We love our viewers. But I mean, we would do this anyway. It doesn't make any difference.
We did.
But at the same time, I'd like to break through to the people who care about it. I mean, our 5 viewers in the minute obviously care about it. I want to break through to the other 50,000 who might care about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. But on that flip side, I know you say you've got a second point, but on that flip side, how many times have you been stuck in Prem or Photoshop, or not necessarily After Effects, but, you know, Illustrator or something, and you thought, oh, how do I do that? You go and quickly search, you get it, you scrub through their video to actually make their point, because I'm guilty of that with my tutorials so badly. But I scrub through, find out a cool grab, that's it. I never think to subscribe. If it's really helpful, I'll hit the like button. But generally, I'd love to know some of these big how-to channels, what their percentage of subscribers views are, because I would imagine it's as low as yours or mine would be.
Yeah. So so my like biggest challenge, and something I'm striving for, is to break through to the entertainment market more than the educational market. That's what I would love to do. You
need to dance then, don't you? Really?
No, you can entertain, like, people like Gerald Undone, like anything he posts, I watch it because I know it's going to be good. Potato Jet, anything he posts, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
And they are kind of like a hybrid between the two, because they're kind of educational, they're kind of entertainment.
Yeah.
That's where I'd like to get, in that tiny little pocket in the middle of educational and entertainment.
Yes, I get that. Potato Jet, people watch him for him more than the actual content he was putting out, so much that he actually started a second channel for vlogging as well. From that, I love him though. He's just so relaxed, and so I like him. Matt's come back. Yeah, exactly. If the answer isn't in the first 30 seconds, it's a waste of their time. Yeah, people stay for the charisma of the presenter as much as the gold nuggets. Hence why I'm still at 4,500 subscribers.
Yeah, and people come onto my channel and they'll comment the timestamp where I give the answer to what they're looking for to help other people. That really drives. I delete those comments, but it really annoys me because I've put all the effort into making that video. You come on and you're like, "Oh, here's the answer, chaps. Don't bother listening to him."
Yeah,
oh, it winds me up.
Skip to this, as long as it gets to a mid-roll.
Yeah. Right. The next point I want to make. How do I? Where's my screen sharing thing? There it is. Application window. Here it is. Is this lovely young chap? Now, I haven't got this I haven't got the sound coming out. This is the most viewed video on your channel.
Yeah.
And this, I think you'll agree that this proves that video quality isn't the be all and end all, is it? This really emphasizes the point that this is your most successful video.
Yeah.
But what was it shot on? Your Nikon or something?
It was actually, I got the Nikon D3200 to learn photography. I very quickly realized by watching YouTube videos on photography that I wanted to do video. I thought I want to do YouTube. That's actually how that was my starter. So I then realized that the Canon dual pixel autofocus, nice transition. The dual pixel autofocus was much better, the Canon, than the autofocus for video in Nikon. So this was actually shot. There's the monetization gone on the D3200 with the inbuilt mic. And that's actually my in-laws when we lived with them for a few more years just to save up a little bit so we could buy a house. And that's actually their TV in their dining room while everyone was out. And it was edited in Vegas.
Yeah. So this wasn't your first video.
No.
So you did a load before you got to this point.
I did a few. I don't think I did loads. I did a few, maybe about 3 or 4, but they were very much almost regurgitating the stuff that I'd learned to get to that point. So how to film a YouTube video and that kind of stuff. Talk about aperture and shutter speed and ISO and all that. It was very much the blind leading the blind because I almost just knew what I was talking about, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. That does make the point that it's only what, 415,000 views.
Yeah, I'm not putting it down in any way.
No, I know you're not. I know you're not.
Like, information is so much more valuable to views.
Yeah.
Than aesthetics. And my most successful video is very similar. Like I had a stint last year in February. What are you laughing at? That is good. Can't spell Adam though. That's a shame.
No, that's the Addams family.
Oh, from the sorry, I thought you meant from Adam's family.
Terrible, you. So I said that I learned my. Sorry to interrupt, Chris. I learned the whole thing with YouTube. My first ever in-house videography job was for a company called Vaporable. I'm assuming, I don't know who this is. Think it might be Jordan. If it's got an England thing, he used to always go. He was one of the pickers in this place. I used to go around everywhere saying it's coming home at any international competition. He must have been his head must have been exploding at the Euros. But yeah, my YouTube channel became my resume for my first ever in-house job. So of course it's George. Hello, George. George is another picker. He used to work in the mixing side, but he had enough of vegetable glycerin.
You got to say that one. You got to put that one up. Hey!
I think it was probably more than once. Let's be honest about that, George. It's smacking all the way down the thing. But yeah, so YouTube can bring a lot. It can bring great things, but it's for me, it's how you get started. I don't know what point I'm trying to make there.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump back to the point I was making.
Please.
So my most viewed video last February, I was trying to pump out a video every single day.
I remember that.
It was really hard. It was really, really hard. I don't even know how I did it because I've tried since and I can't do it.
No.
But I had a 2-week stint of thinking, right, what can I do today? What can I do today? What can I do today? And just making video after video after video. And
how did that do with your analytics?
Not very well at the time at all. It didn't do anything. It was a dead end. And then as soon as COVID hit, one of those videos went absolutely mental because it was how to use a Sony camera as a webcam. That's the one that everyone watched. That's the reason that Matt from the distance is here. That's the reason that you are my friend, because I made that video, isn't it?
No. It was the Synology video that I first got on board.
Right, fair enough. Well, that was one of those videos that I pumped out in a day, and that's had 50,000 views.
Yeah.
And 6,000 dislikes.
From Synology fanboys.
Yeah. But
So
what I was saying was 2 of those videos that
George has gone into the office now. He's now a web developer. Nice one, my mate. Congratulations. Well done. More money. If they need more videos, by the way, I've got a green screen now. I could do it from home. Sorry, as you were.
What I was saying was 2 of those videos that I was pumping out. I actually used to film 5 in a day. So I'd film 5 videos in a day, edit them all the next day.
We were talking at this point, weren't we?
Just, I think.
All right.
And my setup was nowhere near as streamlined as this. It was a nightmare. I don't know how I would have done it. But 2 of the top 3 videos in my top viewed videos are 3 videos from 1 week. I posted one Monday, one Tuesday, one Wednesday, and those 3 are the top videos on my channel across the channel.
And yet he's so professional, he doesn't mute his phone. It's mad, isn't it?
I'm not professional. That's what I'm saying. That's my point. Like, I was just chucking out rubbish, in my opinion, just to try and post consistently.
But that's the thing. It's consistent. It's consistency, but it's also quality, isn't it? And I watched something quite recently, and it was a YouTuber who has a channel literally just discussing YouTube, and he did discuss the fact that you may have seen it. I don't even know his name. He just comes up as recommended. I'm not even subscribed to the channel. He's got he's got really lovely curly hair. I love him. I love his hair. It's lovely.
Oh, the Irish chap.
No, I don't think he is. I might be wrong. I normally watch him when I'm drunk. I think I've got a man crush on him. But he was explaining how it used to be, or it was a common consensus that it was the whole, you've got to throw stuff out. It doesn't matter what it is, just keep on throwing out. It's for the algorithm. But then at the same time, people quickly realized that it actually wasn't that. You had to have both. You had to have consistency, but also quality. And consistency doesn't mean every single day. It doesn't even mean every week. It means maybe every fortnight or once every 3 weeks, as long as it's good quality and it's consistent. But it doesn't have to be every day. But I get it. If you had so many high ranking over a short period of time, maybe look to push that again.
Yeah. Well, there might be a future video, a future stream that we talk about this.
All right.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Oh, is that what you were saying before? We had to have time to do it.
I'm gonna do a little spoiler. I told Adam yesterday about an idea I had, but I didn't. I told him I had an idea. That's
exactly.
That's the crux of it. I said I've got an idea and I think we should do it when we've both got a quiet week. So at some point we're going to do a stream episode about this idea.
Okay.
And it's going to be a full-on challenge for both of us.
You've ruined my life ever since you entered it.
I have made it so much better.
You really have, actually. Yeah, credit where credit's due. I love this guy. He's brilliant. And I'm very lucky to know him and for him to talk back to me. So, shall we move on to the fact we're halfway through and how we make YouTube videos? We've given a lot of preamble. I don't know if we're in it. Have we started to answer the question, do you think?
Yeah. I'm going to just I'm going to go. What's this then? Oh,
James
currently in the same position. I'm editing 20 videos for a channel for a post every day for 20 days. The pain is real. Well, yeah. I used to smash out 5 videos a day. I don't know how I did it, but it is just me sat talking to the camera with a tiny bit of B-roll. It wasn't anything strenuous. It was just coming up with the ideas, which was the hard part.
Yeah.
That is the real hard part for me, is coming up with the idea that I want to talk about.
Yeah, like coming up with ideas for a stream.
Yeah. What have we got here? I think Smarter Every Day aims for 12 vids a year, but when your content is glitter bomb, you can probably afford to take your time. Genius. Yeah. Smarter Every Day, is that, what's his name? Mark Rober, is that him?
I think so.
I love his channels.
Is he the guy that had the parcel on his doorstep that was nicked?
Yeah. I didn't know his name was Smarter Every Day. Like, I didn't know that was the name of his channel. I've always known him as Mark Rober, but I might be wrong.
I like the Everyday Dad. I like the Everyday Dad, by the way.
I'm not a fan.
It really annoys
I
me.
watched this video about editing on the cheapest M1 iPad the other day.
Yeah.
I was not a fan. I was like, you've skipped some massive bits here. You've skipped some stuff I'm interested in.
I think someone should get one and make a decent video about it, answering those kind of questions.
Maybe someone will. Maybe someone already has ordered one.
He of course you have. He reminds me actually sometimes of you. You know, his whole gimmick of if I can figure it out, you can figure it out. And every time he does it, it always reminds me of you did it quite recently, actually, and you've kind of stopped doing it. But I'm a photographer, videographer, and YouTuber.
Well, that's my gimmick. Sod off. Right. So back to my point. What was my point? Okay. So moving on. And also back at the same time.
Wow.
Back to this.
Brilliant.
So how has your video making changed since this? Can I make this full screen? Will that work? Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. 1 second. There we go.
Brilliant.
Young Adam.
Wow.
With hair. How is your production improved, and has that affected your channel? Or should you still be making videos on your Nikon that are out of focus?
It's not.
It's
not. It's just 720 and underlit and ISO to hell.
Yeah. Well, all of those things. Like, why have you upgraded your camera if this is a really successful video? Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Hindsight is a wonderful thing. However, I don't think, and that's obviously me alluding to why the hell did I upgrade everything? Because if that was going to do so well, but obviously you don't know at the time. But at the same time, I circle back to why I first started YouTube, and that was to play. So if I was to continue to play, you hope, if you're playing in something like a creative field like this, you hope that you will improve. And very soon you outgrow the equipment that's around you, and you need more because you want to achieve more. There's no depth of field. That was on a kit lens, 3.5 to 5.6 maximum wide aperture. And it's things like that that drove me to upgrade my gear and get better gear and change up my workflow. My workflow is so much different to what it was then. That was around the time when I was just getting into YouTube in as much as a consumer. And I absolutely loved, and I haven't watched him for years, and I really should. I loved Philip DeFranco. And I used to love his way of jump cutting. So I used his jump cut kind of theme because it was so much easier than having to plan out exactly what I was going to say, because I couldn't say it and read the script over here. That's obviously changed with teleprompter now because that's what I use. But I loved him, and I'm surprised. Do you like Philip DeFranco? Do you know him well?
Never heard of him.
My sign off for Musing of a Man is the same as Philip DeFranco's.
What's your sign off?
Now, 6 years later.
What is it? I don't even know what it is. I can't think.
Oh, you didn't even get my gimmick. But as always, folks, thanks very much for watching. My name's Adam. This is Musing of a Man. No, as always, folks, this is Musing of a Man. My name's Adam. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. That was very similar. That's very similar to what Philip DeFranco's used to be. I don't know if it still is. But yeah, I wanted to play and I wanted to develop and I wanted to get better. So that's what led me to not use a Nikon anymore.
And now we're going to just share the screen again. And we're going to look at this bad boy. Because I think this video is absolutely bloody amazing.
Oh, this was
I think it's so good. You like the effort that you went through to make this video for these guys.
It's the back and forth as well between me in the cave and me unboxing.
Yeah. I'm just going to skip through it. So there's you talking about it, and then we see you putting it together, and you cover everything in this video. It's all beautifully shot, beautifully lit. The sound's good. It's just great. And then you start doing sexy slow motion B-roll of you making tomato sauce. Like the contrast between what we just looked at and this is just night and day. It's just unbelievable.
And yet it's never going to have the views that the first one has had because this is so niche.
Yeah. It's mental, isn't it?
Love that shot.
It's sexy, mate. The whole thing is sexy. It's really good.
Mate, all shot on the Samyang 18mm purely because it's the sharpest lens I have.
Hey, look. Wait. Wee, James, really love the pizza video.
Cheers, James. Thank you.
Very good.
That's overexposed, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah. But that's not the point. The point is the effort that goes into it. And is I guess, is the effort worth the reward?
Depends
that shot is stunning as well. I'm going to turn this off because I'm going to keep looking at it and it's going to put me off.
That was a reveal because I wanted to tie Char Outdoors, who are a brand new pizza oven company, to Pinter, who are the home brewing company. It's all about home enjoyment. Do you know what I mean? And it was a nice little speed ramp, and it came in well. But you said that, is it worth a reward? I think it depends what reward you're looking for.
What reward are you looking for?
For me, I wanted there's no affiliate link there. Similar to there was no affiliate link in my Pinter video, which I made a lot of work on. However, that might be changing. I'm an ambassador now, so Pinter V2.
You're an ambassador,
right? Oh, it's over there. Someone moved it when they came up last week. But for me, the payoff is twofold. One, that it does well and it really helps out a brand new company. It's not done great, and I really wish it would. I did promos on Instagram to my 6 followers probably, and it really wasn't shared that much. It wasn't seen that much, and it's annoyed me that way. But the second thing that I'm looking for the payoff is to have a video that I'm proud of. A video that I can watch from the beginning to the end. I've got no problem watching myself back. I don't know about you. I don't know if it's my background in entertainment, but I've got no problem in watching myself back. In fact, I quite enjoy watching myself back purely to make the notes that, I should have done that. I should have done that. So the payoff for me is that to have a video that I can sit back and go, I couldn't have done it better. However, the minute you got that on screen, it's overexposed in the cave.
No, it
is.
No, it's not.
Do you know what?
It's close.
Bear with. Let me take over because I've actually just loaded this up. I'll be the judge of that.
Slightly maybe. It wouldn't bother me.
I'm having a look in Lemaitre scopes to see if it's clipped.
I reckon it's going to be really close, but not quite there.
Oh, oh no, that's behind me. That's behind me. Oh, it's close.
Yeah, it's right on the edge, but you can get away with it. It's not a problem. Nobody who's going to watch this video is going to care. That's the point.
Nobody's going to pink light on the side of your face.
People want to know: is it going to make me good pizza? That's what they want to know. And you answered that question brilliantly. And I guess that's the same thing for me. Like, if I can watch my video back and think I have done the best job I possibly could have done there,
yeah,
I'm happy with it. And sometimes I watch it back and I think, I've put out rubbish. Nobody cares. And then that video does really well, and it really bothers me. But it shouldn't do, should it? We're getting in our, like we said at the beginning, we're getting in our own way.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing that I found that I do to limit that feeling, and it's that feeling that you've just said of, oh God, you're so boring. It's I don't know if you use those words. That's what I've thought sometimes when I've watched your videos. But I only said that while you were drinking. Yes, I only wanted to find out while you were drinking.
Sorry, it wasn't you. It was
was it
James. Oh, that made me. Oh, that went down the wrong hole. That did.
I wanted you to make your own pizzas, you lazy so-and-so. Oh, mate, don't die. But the one thing that I do now compared to Adam, who had hair, I think that's who we'll refer to him as from now on, is I script my videos and I teleprompt. And I teleprompt actually from the Vaporable job. I never knew how to do it before. And I thought, how am I going to do this? I remember all the stuff with regards to the percentages, the VG, the PG, the mixes of the all the different flavors and stuff. And I thought, how am I going to remember this? So I made a punt with the management for a teleprompter setup. And that's now what I use in my professional setup here. Professional setup? Well, AdSense makes me pro. But that's what I do here, and I do in a lot of my videos. I script them all, and I have them as a teleprompter. But before they get into the teleprompter, I've read through that script 3 or 4 times. One, to make sure I know it well enough to at least not have to have too many cuts. And 2, to get rid of as much chaff as I can recognize at the time. And I know that you've gone teleprompter since we've chatted as well, since we've met, since we've met, really.
Yeah. So let's jump to how we actually make videos. I'm going to just address this. Oh, we clicked the same comment. That's funny. So let's go on to how we make our videos. And the first thing, I'm going to put my legs up because
get comfortable.
I've started scripting my videos, and I don't know whether it's right for me. I like the fact that before I started scripting my videos, I was going off the cuff, and I'd edit it, and I'd be like, "Oh, I've forgotten to say something," but I'm gonna have to set the cameras back up, set the lighting back up. I'm gonna have to record again, and I just can't be bothered to do it. That's the crux of it. I can't be bothered to set, like, before I had this setup where I can literally sit down and press record on my computer. Now I press record on the computer, and I just load the footage into Premiere. I have the easiest, most streamlined setup in the world. Yeah, before I had that setup, I couldn't be bothered to go and reshoot something, because I would have been like, I'm in a shed as well. It's hot in here. If I'm shooting a video, by the end of the video, I'm sweating. I'm a mess.
Yeah.
And I have to try and still be composed. What was my point? Where was I? Scripting the videos. So scripting the videos helps massively because I can make sure I get every point that I want to make across. But also scripting the videos is the thing that stops me making videos.
Interesting.
Because I'm not a big writer. And the thought of writing a script demoralizes me. I can't be bothered to write the script. That's my problem. So I think I might go back. Maybe I'll do like a hybrid. I'll do bullet points of what I want to talk about, and I think that might work really well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it stops me. It slows me down. I think that's what I'm trying to say. But then maybe I'm just making excuses for being lazy, because I want to put
Chris Watkins, a procrastinator. Stop.
Yeah, I'm the biggest procrastinator. Yeah. I want to make more videos, and I said to you like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, a month ago that I want to start putting content out every day again. Whether that's a YouTube short, an Instagram post, a YouTube video. And since then, I've basically recorded one video. Do you know what I mean? I want to stop getting in my own way and just start producing content. And I've got loads of ideas. There's so many ideas bubbling around up here, and I just need to get on and do them. But at the same time...
Matt at distance Distance Duo has said, could your teleprompter just have all the bullet points you don't want to forget?
Yeah,
I think, yeah,
it could.
yeah.
Yeah,
I've got to touch on that with the teleprompter, because in all honesty, what I'm always worried about with me is that I try and put in a lot of personality into my videos. I try and put a little bit of comedy, humor at least, and I try and put across my personality. And I'm always worried that that doesn't come across when I've scripted.
I think it does. I think it adds that level of, because you've thought about it and you've added it in. It always works from my perspective.
Oh, do you think?
Yeah, I think it's really great. But then I think my only experience with a teleprompter is watching you, and I'm trying to replicate what you do, and I'm not funny on camera, and I find it really hard. And when I watch it back, I think, God, I'm boring. Whereas when I'm not using a teleprompter, I think it's more natural, but then it takes me 15 takes to get something right.
Yeah, I get that. I had a comment on a really old video of mine about a cheap speed light, and I hadn't watched this video for years. And it was someone said, is it good for this or that? And I'm thinking, I can't remember. But I thought, I'll have a watch of this video. And there were certain things that I did, and I thought, I remember who I'd watched. I can't remember who they were. I can't remember what the video was, but I remember watching a video and thought, I'll be a little bit more like that. And this was way before using a teleprompter. And I liked the way I did it. And I don't think that could be emulated with a teleprompter. And I know that we're talking, for those of you watching, I know that we're talking a lot about teleprompters here, but the planning of a video for both of us is a big part of the production, the pre-production, because both Chris and I are professional videographers as well. Chris works in weddings, which needs obviously he does corporate as well, but he does weddings, which takes a hell of a lot of pre-production, a lot of planning. We work predominantly in corporate, which takes a lot of pre-production and planning with clients. So it's only natural for us to bring that into this realm. But are we wrong in doing that? But you can't tell me that Peter McKinnon doesn't plan out his videos to an absolute, his, what's up, guys? You know what I'm saying? Everything.
No, it's what's up, everybody.
James, yes, I think that's what we're coming to, James. Teleprompters are both a blessing and a curse, because they can become a crux, to the point where I tried to do a video a while back without a teleprompter. I thought, I know what I want to say, I know what I want to do, I know the B-roll I'm going to put in whatever point. I'll just go for it, and I could not string more than 6 words together without fluffing. And I mean, it ended up, I think it was a 5 or 6 minute video, which I never ended up uploading. But I think I had about, there was 2 lots. The A7 III is limited to 29 minutes. There was 2 files in there, and one was 28 minutes and one was like 16 minutes of just guff, because you lose the ability to just rattle it off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
I'm taking.
I want to. Anya's planning now. What she's working on looks very good. Hello, Anya. I'm very excited. This is the job I messaged you about yesterday.
Oh, okay. Has that been signed off yet?
No, she's good. Look at the next comment. It's a 15-page creative brief at the moment, and we haven't even got the job. The work she's doing on it, if we don't get the job, it'll be a miracle. So crack on, Anya. Yeah. We're here to entertain you.
I don't think we've negotiated my fee yet either, other than maybe haggis and neeps and tatties.
Yeah, at the Christmas market, I'll buy you a sausage.
Brilliant.
Also, what do you use to plan out your videos? Do you use any project management software? I love this comment. What do you like this comment?
I do. I don't use anything.
What would I don't even know of anything.
I write my scripts on I write my scripts on Word. If I can be bothered, I normally write them on Google Docs because then I can access them on my phone or my tablet, which is also running my teleprompter. And I'll space it out, copy and paste it into my teleprompter, and that's it. I don't really use to deep dive. I hope you don't mind, Chris. Stop me when I'm boring you.
I'm going to make you full screen just for 2 minutes.
Okay. So the way in which, if I'm to deep dive on my workflow, I will first test a product. We're talking about a product review. I think James will. I mean, James's product reviews are amazing. I will plan out what I want to say. I'll normally have already filmed the unboxing. Just as I hate stupid long unboxings, but a 20-30 second bit of unboxing, I'll have cut that all up, work out what I want to say, and then I'll script that. Then it's a little bit arse about face, but I will then record that to camera. I will then do a rough cut on that rush and get it to a point where I think it works well, it flows well. And then I'll go back through Prem and I will note times and where I want B-roll, and more importantly, what B-roll I want. And then I will then go and shoot that B-roll and hope it all comes together. But I don't do it all in one.
That's really interesting. That's the point I was making when I was talking to you earlier about this stream, is you do it in a completely different order to me.
And we've made them wait 53 minutes to find out.
I think maybe we could probably do a part 2 to this.
Yeah, I think we need to continue this conversation next week, actually. I really do.
I do as well, because your order, I want to deep dive into your order of how you do things a bit more. And my order, it's just totally different. It's 100% different. Wow. The only thing we might do the same is the unboxing. The rest of it, we don't do the same.
Okay.
You know what we could do?
What?
You got a pick of the week. And then next week we'll go further into this, because I've really enjoyed this. Oh my God.
Chris has got me into Call of Duty free on Battle.net. I didn't realize my Christmas and birthday comes at the same time. My birthday is 5 days after Christmas, if anyone's planning. And I always save up all my money and buy stuff. And this past Christmas and birthday, I was going to get an Xbox. Finally, I've got an Xbox 360, which isn't even wireless. It's one of them, the first ever one. And Chris was like, "Oh, you can do this." And it was literally, it came when I'd already made the decision that I wasn't going to buy an Xbox. I spent all the money in here. Granted, it's for my business, but in here on a product photography, roller banner, everything. And Chris, about a month later, told me that I could do it for free. Just what I want to do. I like to play online. And I had a Stratus XL by SteelSeries, which is awful. I've had it for 5 years. That's probably why. And I spent about 50 quid on it. So Chris went, "Get this." So I spent 15 quid on this. And the great thing is, the lovely people that were ever selling it on Amazon Marketplace say, review it, give it 5 stars, which I hope I will, and they'll send me 30 quid. So cheers. That's my pick of the week.
All right.
It's got nothing to do with anything.
Boring. I've kind of got 2 picks of the week.
Oh, you can make up for my crappy one then. Go on.
Firstly, my RGB lights, which I really like.
What? Where are they from?
Amazon. Cheapest ones I could find. I bought a pack of 4. There's one floating around here somewhere. I don't know where it is. I was setting them up with Anya the other day. I was really annoying her because you have to turn them on and off really quickly. And I put one above her desk, and it was just going on, off, on, off, on, off all the time above her desk. Wait a second. What she said there? What did Chris do? That's the question. Interesting. I don't know what that relates to. But I really like them. And you can make them go all funny colors. Make them go a funny color, Adam.
Hey, oh no. Alexa, set gallery to party mode.
No, unfortunately, it's not called gallery.
What is it?
I'm not telling you. So the second pick of my week, second pick of the
Brilliant.
week,
I'll pick your week.
which was supposed to be my pick of the week last week, but we forgot to do it.
I was 5 gins in. I don't know what your excuse was. I'm a man now.
You've got no drill bit in there.
That's why I'm not as much of a man as you are, but I've got a light on the end.
Yeah. Very good.
Go on.
The reason, like, I feel like since building this office, that drill has been the best thing I've ever owned.
The screw heads you've got for that, you still haven't sent me a link for that.
Screwfix, made by DeWalt. I've already told you this.
Was I 5 gins in at that point?
No. I love tinkering. Like, I love tinkering with anything. Like, there's a big light up here, which is just so beautifully out of shot. And I love tinkering with stuff and putting stuff in awkward places and mounting cameras in weird and wonderful places and just monitors. I've got a monitor there, monitor here. I just love playing. And when I came up to yours, I love playing with your setup and making stuff. It's really, really good fun. If you're a videographer and you haven't got a drill, you're missing out.
That said, I've got 2 monitors on their way to me from a friend. And how did you tell me how to mount one of those monitors?
I'm not admitting to it.
Tell me.
Velcro.
I only asked you to say it because I couldn't remember the name, because I can only ever remember the Greek version.
Ticky-tacky. Sticky-stacky.
Script scrap.
Script scrap. Yeah, Velcro. If you're ever in a pinch and you need to mount a light monitor on a wall, don't try it with a heavy monitor. Light monitor on a wall. Velcro. It's the way forward. Yeah.
Chris told me that most of the stuff in his shed is actually held with
everything.
Velcro.
Walls.
James had already guessed it.
Yeah, Velcro, mate. Velcro is a good thing.
James, you would have got in. Oh, sorry. Oh, Anya's gone. Food's got to go. You would have actually got that in time had you not want to be crazy with your question marks and your exclamation marks. You know? But I appreciate the effect.
Yeah. There we go. Right. Shall we continue this next week? Because I think there's lots more to say. Yeah.
I'd like to apologize those who sat through the whole of it and only heard at about 58 minutes how we make it. But I think what we've discussed up until that point is very important, because it's what goes behind a video. It's the build up to the video, which is a big thing. And I don't even think we've touched on half of what we could have done. But I would like to really deep dive into both our workflows next week. I think that'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Wait, you know what we should do? We're 59 seconds and 52. We should end this exactly on an hour.
No way. That'd be the
3, 2, 1. Bye.